Hey everyone, in this video, I'm going to give you the 12 LinkedIn algorithm secrets that have allowed me to grow my impressions by 848%, get over 1 million impressions, and generate over $2.5 million in the process, pretty much entirely from LinkedIn. So without further ado, let's get into the 12 methods. Now, whether you're brand new on LinkedIn or you already have a following, this video is going to allow you to not only grow your business, but grow your bank account on LinkedIn. And I'm going to show you step by step. Okay, so without further ado, let's get straight into the 12 LinkedIn algorithm secrets. Secret number 1, optimize your profile headline. Now, the headline is one of the most critical pieces of your profile because anytime you post or you comment, you're going to get this space that's going to allow you to communicate who you are, what you do, and who you serve. So, what's an example of a good LinkedIn headline? Well, a good LinkedIn headline is going to include what you do, who you do it for, and your title. So for example, you can see here, mine is I help digital agencies get clients. I've scaled over 150 agencies. I have 1 exit under my belt, and I'm a co-founder at my businesses. And then I have a CTA in there for people to actually go and take action and learn a little bit more about how we can potentially help them. Now you'll see my very first piece of my headline, anytime I comment somewhere, that people can easily see what it is that I do and if it would be of interest to them. Now, if you need a foolproof framework for this, I would follow we do X for Y avatar through Z, meaning we get our clients this result by doing this. And that is a foolproof way to write a high converting profile headline all the time. Now, this is one of the most critical pieces to get right, so don't skip over it. Secret number 2, make your LinkedIn profile like a landing page. At the end of the day, your LinkedIn profile is a landing page for your prospects. It's the first thing that people see. And unfortunately, we can't avoid first impressions, so it's got to be dialed in. Now, what makes a good LinkedIn profile? Well, we just talked about the headline. Let's talk about some of the other sections on that page. So first and foremost, we have a section that is about us. So in this about section, you're going to want to very clearly communicate and reinforce what's in the headline. So if you said, I help agencies grow, then in the about section, I want that detail to be supporting. And as you can see in my case, I elaborate on how and why we're able to do this for our clients. Now, if you are a CRO agency, it's going to be, hey, we help increase conversion rates through our 3-step CRO methodology, right? Then we're going to go into, we do this by UX research. We do this through surveys. We do this through A/B testing. And then you can give a little bit about your experience and give a CTA at the bottom. Now you want to lean into giving enough detail that it builds your credibility, but not too much where there's no curiosity. The next section that most people miss is your featured section. Now, having a featured section allows you to display your work, allows you to display your case studies, and allows you to actually use your content and your best work as live case studies on your LinkedIn page. So definitely use that and make sure the visual, as you can see, is engaging and actually catches people's attention. Next, the experience section. So you likely have experience from past roles or past businesses that build your credibility to what you're doing now. So what we want to do is go in the experience section and elaborate what kind of results that we actually got in those roles. Or in our business, we can include case studies and success stories, and you can also do featured links in that section as well. Little ninja hack for you. So we want to bias on social proof and case studies because let's face it, a good landing page has a clear value proposition, clear mechanism of how we help, and case studies and social proof that it works along with a CTA. Now, that brings me to my last point. Up at the very top of your profile, there is a CTA link. Now, most people don't know this, but you can go and add a custom button that can say whatever you want it to say. So in my case, I have it up here, get our acquisition systems. Now that's going to allow you to direct people to wherever you want to drive traffic to in a way that's actually compelling and engaging with a good headline. So I recommend sending this either to your call booking page so we can actually generate revenue from this, or to a lead magnet that we're going to collect their name, email, and phone in exchange for a free resource. Secret number 3, commenting is currency on LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is unique in that whenever you comment on someone else's content, that allows your network to see their content, right? So all of your first degree connections, your people that you're actually connected with, are going to see your posts. And if they comment on yours, then that's going to get distributed to their second and third degree connections. That's how reach on LinkedIn works. So commenting is the primary mechanism that we are going to get our content shared through and get engagement by. So what you want to do each and every day is create a list of creators that we want to actually go and engage with right when they post. Now, I use a simple Google Sheet for this, and I will leave the template down in the description below. But what this is going to allow you to do is understand, here's the profile link, here's when they post, and keep track of when we actually engage with them. And I promise you, if you start engaging with creators, they are going to return the favor. Now, this is going to result in a ton of profile traffic for you because your name is going to be showing up all over the place on relevant creators where your ideal clients hang out. Now, I'm going to get into how to find those people here in a minute, but what this allows you to do is get that visibility, and then tying back to our first hack, this is going to allow your profile headline to get seen and have a high likelihood of people clicking through to your profile. So do not sleep on commenting. If there was only one thing I could do on LinkedIn, I would be a reply guy or reply girl in the comments, because it is the 80-20 of growing on LinkedIn apart from posting. Secret number 4, your post formatting matters. Now, what do I mean by post formatting? Well, I want you to follow direct response copywriting principles so that our content actually gets read. Well, that sounds great, Nicholas. What does that mean? Well, I want you to start with an engaging headline that does not go into 2 sentences. It is a 1-sentence statement that is emotionally polarizing, elicits a response or an emotional reaction, or elicits an emotional response by reading it. So for example, in this post here, I have starting over from zero sucks. Okay, what does that mean? Well, this is going to appeal to people who might be starting over from zero and being like, that's me, or I want to avoid that pain if I'm already doing something and I don't want to start over. So in this case, this is a good headline that is actually going to get read. Then we want to go into our transition statement, which is justifying the headline. So in this example, I have starting over from zero sucks. And then I go into a personal story that not only builds my credibility, but also proves what I'm saying. And I say, after working with a bunch of founders, I typically see this scenario happen. Now, what I'm doing here is getting my prospect to identify with the story that I am telling and getting them bought into that journey. Now, you'll be able to see from here how everything is chunked out neatly from a formatting perspective, and I'm using arrows, I'm using short paragraphs, because this allows your reader to skim through the post and understand what is going on. So really avoid big chunky blocks of text like you would see in a blog post. That's just going to get scrolled past and not read because it's too much cognitive load to process what you're trying to say. So make sure that your post formatting is on point, and make sure at the bottom of the post you are landing the plane and giving a quick takeaway for what you are trying to get the reader to walk away from your post with. A lot of times people just ramble and ramble and ramble and never give the lesson or the takeaway, and people are like, oh, well, what does this person mean? So make sure that you give them the takeaway at the bottom, and that will drastically improve your readership and your engagement. Now, if you want an additional hack for getting more reach on your posts, if you're going to include a CTA like a question or a link, put that in the comments instead of in the post. Now, this does a couple of things. A, it puts a comment on the board for you, but it also gives you a place to have discussion. Now, by asking a question or doing a survey or saying, hey, drop your favorite method in the comments below, you're going to spark more engagement than if you didn't post something at all. Now, the second thing, if you're going to include a link off to a site, it's better to do so in the comments, because LinkedIn can understand when you are sending traffic to somewhere else other than LinkedIn. Now, what is LinkedIn's priority? It's keeping users on their site, digesting their content, not going off of their site to look at other content. So if you're going to include a link, make sure you include that in the comments section below. Secret number 5, include a CTA on each post, whether it's a comment or a link. Now, what I mean by this is if you're going to add a CTA to your post, which I recommend that you do, it's going to be either in the form of a question or a link. Now, I want you to share that in the comments so that you can discuss with other people and spark a conversation, because the best posts on LinkedIn actually have real dialogue going on in the comment section. Number 2, if you're going to include a link, it's better to have the link in the comments, because LinkedIn can understand, hey, this person is trying to send traffic off of our site, if you include it up in the post. So by putting it in the comment section, you're not going to get your reach penalized like you would if you included it in the actual text post. Secret number 6, use LinkedIn Sales Navigator to find your ideal clients so that our ideal clients see our content. Look, we're all on business. We're all on LinkedIn to get new business. And I'm going to show you exactly some of my favorite filters that I use for this. Okay, so once I'm here in LinkedIn Sales Navigator, you're going to be able to see multiple filters that we can use to find our ICP. Now, some of my favorite ones are company headcount, because it's a good proxy for how large a company is and if they're a good fit for our services. The second one is going to be job titles. Now, typically you have someone within a company that you're selling your services to. So whether it's a marketing leader or an executive, we're going to be able to filter down by those titles that you most commonly speak with. Third one is going to be geography. Do you work with worldwide clients, or do you only want US or EU or Canada or things like that? That is going to be hyper specific to you, obviously. Now, the next thing that we're going to want to do is filter down by connections. So we want these to be second and third degree connections, because those are people not in our network yet. If they were first degree, they're already in our network and we can already message them. So we want to do second and third degree connections. And then lastly, which is a absolute ninja trick, is the posted on LinkedIn filter. Now, the problem that most people have on LinkedIn when reaching their ICP is that they're not active. So this allows you to target only active decision makers that have posted on LinkedIn in the last 30 days. And by doing this one thing, it is going to skyrocket your results. Secret number 7, always send your connection requests blank. Now, a lot of people try and personalize messages and say, hey, I loved your piece of content that you did here or here. Let your profile do the work. After working with hundreds of clients, sending thousands of messages, and amassing 30,000 followers, I can tell you that we increase our connection acceptance rates by 30+% just by sending it blank. So whenever you're connecting with someone, whether it be through Sales Navigator or through the LinkedIn platform itself, make sure to send your connection request blank. Your results will thank you. Secret number 8, make carousels or videos instead of just text posts. Now, what I mean by this is change it up and repurpose what you've written into other platforms. Now, one of my favorite tools for this is called PostNitro AI. It plugs in to large language models directly and allows you to write carousels in a visually engaging way, and the templates are super easy to use. And what used to take hours now takes minutes in terms of turning your text post into an engaging visual. So that's number 1. Number 2, LinkedIn is making a large push towards video content creation. Now, I've been creating on LinkedIn for more than 6 years, and I can tell you that they are trying to keep up with the likes of Instagram and TikTok as far as usership, and video is key to doing that. So I highly recommend, if you are skilled on video, to create content there, because you're going to cut through the noise. The reality is there's just not as much competition as there are on other platforms. So very simply, take what you wrote, make it into a video, and hit post. It does not have to be polished. It does not have to be professional level quality. It can simply be an iPhone video that you are recording selfie style. Secret number 9, always post at the right time. Now, what we've been able to find is that posting around 9 a.m. Eastern time is going to be the best time to get the most reach. Now, the reason for this is a large percentage of LinkedIn's user base is in US or Canada. And what this allows you to do is hit all of the US time zones. So if you post at 9 a.m., EST, right as the rest of the country is waking up, you're going to be able to get reach on those users. Now, a ninja level hack for this is you are going to be able to come back later in the day and simply repost what you already posted right before you sign off of your workday. Now, this is going to be able to re-queue the post for other time zones, and it's a great way to get more engagement out of the post that you've already made. Secret number 10, use indirect messages to open up sales conversations. Now, we're all on LinkedIn to get clients. So what we're going to do is send a very low pressure conversational message that's going to allow you to actually get a conversation going, have your prospects hand deliver their pain points to you on a silver platter, and give you the opportunity to solve them for them. So what do I mean? Well, this is one of my favorite scripts that I use called the survey method that allows me to open up conversations in a non-pressure or non-salesy way and really gets people to open up and share where they're struggling. So if it's someone I'm not connected with, and I'm doing this through Sales Navigator, I might say, hey, I know this is random, but you seem like the best person to reach out to for this. I am putting together a short survey on where my avatar, brand founders, marketing executives, what have you, are doing to scale their revenue, are doing to improve their CRO, are doing to improve their email or their ads or their ad accounts, whatever you want to say here based on what service you offer. Now, I'm putting together a research report that I'm going to share with everyone who takes a moment to respond. So this is a great way to have prospects give you that information. And then let's say, oh, I'm focused on split testing more for my CRO agency to improve revenue generated. Okay, great. Well, this is actually what we do all the time for prospects. Would it be worth a 15-minute chat to share what's working for some of our other clients? You can see how this is very, very powerful to open the conversation, yet not be too salesy. Secret number 11, use the Clio Chrome extension to find trending content. Now, the Clio Chrome extension allows you to look at very popular posts, and we can filter by most recent, by most likes, or most reposts, and we can see what it is that is actually trending on LinkedIn. Now, what I recommend doing is not stealing these posts, but using them as inspiration, and you can do this by creator. So let's say you have competitors in your niche. Let's say you have other thought leaders that you look up to, and you want to repurpose some of that content and get inspiration from it. You can go and filter what their most popular posts are and simply recreate those in your own words, or do a take against them and have a little bit of a hot take, a contrarian take, because those posts always do well. So make sure you're using the tools at your fingertips completely free to be able to get inspiration and understand what's trending. Because if it's trending on another platform or it's trending on LinkedIn, it's very likely that concept is going to do well again. And secret number 12, have your team build on LinkedIn as well. Whether you have an assistant or you have a business partner, make sure to get them involved in creating content and getting their LinkedIn profile set up correctly, because all this allows you to do is double the volume or triple the volume that you're already doing on LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn outreach specifically is a numbers game, and there's limits to how many connection requests or how many messages we can be sending. So I want you to be able to scale through having multiple people creating content on behalf of your company. Now, this will only help you double or triple your results on LinkedIn. Now, that is it. Those are my 12 LinkedIn secrets to hack the algorithm and grow faster than you ever thought possible. So if you enjoyed this video, it would mean the world to me if you could drop a like or a comment. Let me know which secret was your favorite and which one you're going to implement, and I will see you in the next video.